So we have know the service strategy we are going to use, and then strategic service vision that will be using. Then we know the various service environment that we have to make sure we overcome these strategic service barriers in the service that we deliver. Then after that, we have to talk about the competitive service environment that we have handled. So as operations managers, as an entrepreneurs, we need to know all these within the service environment so that we can able to overcome them after identifying the gap, knowing the strategy you're going to put in place to be able to serve the customers, and then we able to make sure that those barriers in service we are able to overcome in the service environment. Then how do we overcome these barriers? Because we have identified those barriers and we need to overcome those barriers. So the barriers in service that we just treated, so we have to have a strategy as to how we can able to overcome these barriers and serve our customers well. We need to able to have a solution so that we can able to serve our customers well. And these are the strategies that we can use so that our customers can have value for money. The money they spend in our service, they can have value for it when we are efficient and effective and give them a low cost service. That one will make them enjoy the service. And then we talk about a differentiation strategy we put in place, either focus strategy differentiation or cost differentiation strategy. It depends the organization that you find yourself and your target market and the market, various segmentation within the market that you serve. So we'll first talk about overall cost leadership strategy that we will use to be able to make sure that we are able to serve our customers and serve them very well. So a strategy the firm develop to produce goods or services at the lowest cost. That's what we term as overall cost leadership. What are some of the things that organization you are able to do so that at the end of the day, the service that you render to your customers, you're able to give them a low cost service. But the service should be quality one. It's not that the mere fact that you are giving them a low cost service means you have to give them inferior service. No, you have to make sure the service you render to them is of high quality, but you need to make sure you cut down your operational cost. You have a tight control of the cost in your operations. So if you have a tight control of the cost of your operations, definitely at the end of the day, it will travel through the supply chain system within the service that you deliver, so that you're able to satisfy your customers and give them a low cost of. Let's say, for instance, in your organization where you are working now, let's say management need to put measures in place, need to make sure they give in-service training to their staff so that they will be moderate in using some of these facilities that are in our office. Let's say you are a manager in the company, you should be able to arrange your staff as to how even they use electricity, they use A4 sheets, even the steps that you take to your movement. All these things we need to arrange them, because time is of essence, time is money. Sometimes you go to organization and then you enter an office, they have air conditioning on, they also have maybe a fan on. You see, and all these things build up to the cost of your operations. So you need to able to make sure that you control cost. You control cost right from the upstream to the downstream. You have to make sure you control costs in your operation. So at the end of the day, you're able to reduce cost of operations, of which it will travel through the supply chain system, and at the end of the day, you're able to give your customers a low cost service. A low cost service, because every institution organization want to enjoy a profit. So how do you get a profit? Whereby you don't control cost of operations. At the end of the day, you carry all the cost of your operation to your customers. And if this happens like this, definitely it's going to have a serious impact on the cost of the service you deliver to your customers. So these are the characteristics of an organization that want to offer overall cost leadership to their organization or to their customers. Like, we need to have an efficient facilities or operational processes. So if you have efficient facilities in the organization, definitely we are going to able to discharge our duty very fast and smart, and then reduce the electricity usage, reduce man hours, and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, you're going to cut down the cost of operations. I've already talked about the third cost: control and overhead control in organizational operations. And then we need to have an innovative equipment, more sophisticated machines that can support our operations. Let's say, for instance, now technology is moving. Now let's say you are a printing press, and we have new machines that can able to work as quick as possible, can print a lot of work within a short possible time. You see, and some of these machines, they can do a multiple job within certain few minutes. So in an organization or printing house, you need to try as much as possible to get such a machine, for which it can able to perform tasks as quick as possible. So at the end of the day, it's able to help you to produce more and serve your customers well. So at the end of the day, it will to reduce your cost of operations. Some of the machines consume a lot of electricity. So if you're able to get a smart machine that reduce its electricity efficiency, is very good, reduces the rate at which it consumes electricity. At the end of the day, you control cost of operations, and when the unit cost of print one item will be very minimal, very less. So at the end of the day, you can able to charge less to your customers. And then we should have aggressive pricing strategy. Yes, in some of our service delivery, yes, you can use a low price system to able to attract customers or outcompete our competitors. I mean, sometimes you can try as much as possible to reduce your profit margin. You will not run at a loss. But in Ghana here, if you establish a business, you always want to have 100% profit, for which it doesn't work. It's not advisable if you want to be competitive in the market. If you want to enjoy a larger market share, you try as much as possible to reduce your profit margin, so that you can able to offer your customers a low cost service, of which that one will help you to able to compete with your customers, and then you have a customer loyalty, and this will lead to a lot of people coming to you. And then it's also, we have to ensure utilization economy of scale, because the larger quantities of standardized products we produce also can able to help us to service our customers with a low cost service. Now, if we have machines that can produce large number of products within a few hours with few hands, and the quality is also okay. We can also make sure we are able to use this system to offer our customers a low cost service so that we can enjoy our economy of skill. Then we also talk about the overall cost leadership, the approach that we'll use to be able to make sure we achieve that. Yes, we have to seeking out a low cost customers. Yeah, in some jurisdiction or within your market, yes, you will find customers that always want to have their service as low as possible. Yes, so you go to certain hospitals. Yes, they have segmented their market and they have differentiated the market with so many pricing. Yes, with so many pricing. I remember during our master's days, yes, we did have class that are executive master's class. Then we have the normal one, and then we have the full-time one. You know, with the normal and the full-time, the cost of tuition was very low. Is that okay? So we those that did not have money, we enjoy the low cost class. But those big men, yes, for them they went for executive class, and of it the service they rendered to them, the kind of facility we're using, they were being served the breakfast and the lunch. Is that okay? So that is some of the customers, they want a low cost service, and you should be able to, as an organization, help them. Now, Standard Chartered Bank, when they came, yeah, they started prestigious services. Yes, they were serving people, big men, the rich men in the community. That's what they targeted. But later they realized that no, they need to make sure they segment their service to also able to offer service to the low cost consumers or customers, and then they started changing. Is that okay? So depending on organization that you find yourself or wherever you are working, at least you should be able to make it possible to able to render or serve the low cost customers as well as those that can afford a high price service. Then standardizing customer service. Yes, we need to standardize our customer service to also make sure that we are able to enjoy economy of scale. When we standardize the service, at least it will also help us to able to render a low service and give them a low cost service, and then reduce the personal element in service delivery. Yes, we need to promote self-service in service delivery. That is why nowadays you can see most of the banks, they have ATM services. At least that one will reduce the cost of operation. Yes, ATM service system is expensive. Yes, it's expensive. But if you are able to get more customers they patronize, although the customers are paying for the service, is that okay? And you can break even and get more profit. Look at those days, the number of people come and queue in the banking hall, want to be served. Is that okay? And look at, even you see, as much as you have a lot of people in your banking hall, even your electricity consumption will go high. The air condition will be working, it will not be working well. The room will be hot, but it's consuming a lot of energy. The paperwork, the human resource available that will be serving these people. And ATM machine can serve more than twice of the number of people that will enter into the banking hall. So you can see that on the day, you reduce cost of operations, and then you're able to also serve your customers, give them a low cost service. So this is the approach that we have to use to be able to make sure that we give our customers a low cost service. They're reducing network cost. Yes, we need to reduce our network cost by making sure that we are able to provide them with such a low cost. When we talk about competitive sales strategy, we talk about differentiation. It is also another strategy that we can use to which will overcome the competitive service competitive environment. As we know, the service environment is it has a lot of barriers, and a lot of people can enter into the service and also render the same service. And what are some of the things that we can do as an institution so that we can able to outcompete our competitors? So one of the strategies is what? Differentiation strategy. We need to create a service which is perceived to be unique. Yes, we need to have a unique service. The aim is to achieve customer loyalty and premium price. Like I was talking about when the period that we were in school, whereby in our master's days, we have different classes. Is that okay? We have different classes, but we were offering the same service, the same content, the same department. So we have MBA class, we have executive class, we have the regular. So, and each of these classes have their own cost. So with the executive MBA, their cost was almost about it was almost half of ours. You see, because it's a prestigious class that they have created. They have made it so unique for certain class of people. And those that also cannot afford also have their class, so that you enjoy customer loyalty. Now some banks, they have some customers that do not step their foot in the bank. They will never come there because they've designed this unique service for them, and they will just place a call and then they will send a staff to go and serve them. Or we have another group within the same bank that will come to the service facility, but they will not come to the banking hall. As the ordinary customer will go to the banking hall, they have the back door, they will go and sit in the room, they will even serve them, and then they will be served. They will be there, and then whatever transaction they want to have, they will have the transaction and leave. So that is a prestigious service they have designed. That's what we term as what? It's also a differentiation strategy that as an organization you can employ to ensure that you will use that strategy to outcompete your competitors. Now, most of the restaurants and other food vendors and so on, they have their courier services. Previously, you have to send somebody to go and buy you the food. But now, you place the order, they will package, and then the rider will bring the food wherever you are. They will bring your package to you. It's a unique service. It's a differentiation, but it comes with a cost. Remember, because if I drive to the restaurant and go and sit and eat, and you stay in comfort of your home, you place a call and they will send a courier service or a rider, dispatch rider to come and then deliver your service for you. Definitely, you know the price will be different. That one is a must. It's also a differentiation, a strategy. Because we are saying that time is of essence, time is money. So maybe the person is busy and the person is working, and the period of time they will spend to come and buy the food, they might have done something more valuable than the cost of the service and delivery that they will deliver to them. So definitely they will prefer that. They will prefer that so that they can concentrate on their job, the job that they are doing. So these are the differentiation strategies that we are talking about. So you have a characteristics of organizations that is using a differentiation strategy, and these are the characteristics. Such organizations, they emphasize on innovation. They always think a new way of doing things, a new way of serving their customers. So that is, they ensure that it's always innovative way. They are coming up with new innovation so that they can able to outcompete their competitors. Then they also ensure continuous introduce new and unique products that provide value. Yes, they come up with a unique product that their competitors may not have. Yes, so it's another way that a company that practicing differentiation strategy they use, and then firm develop a core competencies in one or more of the primary or support activities. So it depends what they do. Some of the new activities they will put in place that will make their service more enjoyable by their customers. Yes, sometimes you go to restaurants to go and have your meal, and as they delay you, they have a set drink, how to take drink and so on and so forth. Is that okay? Yes, their core business is about serving you food, right? But they have some entertainment there that they can also use that one to add up as their supporting activities that they use to entertain you, so that you go and come back in the next day, that when you visit other competitor, you will not have it. Yes, so that one too is another strategy that they use. Then they have more unique value created for customers. Yes, they have unique value they create for customers. Some of these facilities, you go there and they have air conditioning room there, but some of the other places you not have. And now today, because of the foreign taste for foreign matches, these organizations will have their satellite system, whereby when you go for their service, you have a free match to watch. So these are some of the things that we are talking about. So it's very, very important as logisticians or as management students, we are able to understand these strategies, so that in the near future, wherever we find ourselves, we are able to make sure that we deliver our service, and then we have this innovative way of overcoming our competitors. So differentiation can be based on a product itself. Yes, differentiation can be the product that you are producing, or sometimes the delivery system that you use. Is that okay? So differentiation, it has a different way of making sure you implement your differentiation strategy. Sometimes we say that when you come to our organization, and maybe you are coming for a health service, it can be that when you visit our place for the health service, and you are waiting for a doctor, we can have another package that we'll use to entertain you. Is that okay? We can have another service that we can use to entertain you. Yes. Then sometimes there are certain products they buy. They have the same product. But they say, okay, when you procure maybe one of our phones, is that okay? We give you maybe a pen drive. Is that okay? So that is the strategy that we are talking about. That's the strategy we are talking about. And even sometimes we have those that have been selling cement and so on and so forth. Yes, distributors. They can say that, okay, when you come to our shop and you buy a cement quantity up to maybe 100 pieces of cement. If you buy 100 in number, we'll give you maybe iron rocks, or we'll give you a free transport, or we'll give you a hair pan. Is that okay? So these are the things that we are talking about. The same thing applies to these manufacturing companies. They can have all these things there, that when you go, you have the product, you buy the product, and they give you some package in addition. So that is that. So how do you go about making sure that we able to implement this differentiation strategy. Yeah, organization making the tangible intangible. How do you make tangible intangible in service? Yeah, there are certain services or organization you visit them, and when they render you the service, it will be in your head. You always remember it, that you want to repeat the service, you want to go for the same service, depend on how you were treated and how the service was delivered to you. So this is what we are also talking about. Then we have customizing the standard product. Yes, you also make sure, if you want to differentiate, do the differentiation strategy, customizing the standard product is also another way. Yes, in the service delivery, you can customize it. You can customize the service, and I'll give you an example. I use the banks to give example. Yes, and I use educational institution to also give an example. So it's very, very important that we professionals, we understand these strategies, and then reducing perceived risk, or we have to make sure we avoid anything that will have risk, that our consumers will encounter risk in the service delivery. Is that okay? So if maybe you are a health facility where people come to for service delivery, you need to make sure you have a very nice nurses, staffs available. Is that okay? Those who are competent and experienced. So we don't hear what we've been hearing, that somebody went for surgery and then maybe they left something in the person's stomach, or maybe they did not perform the surgery well, and so many complications. If you want to ensure differentiation and then able to be in the market, you have to make sure you avoid such mistakes in your organization. And then you need to give more attention to training. Personnel training is another factor. Some of organizations, they don't remember whether they know something we call in-service training to their staff, or that they recruit you and you'll be working throughout. They will never give a new method of operations. They will never train their staff, and this will not help you. And as I discussed with you, that if you want to make sure that you are successful in your organization, those that you don't respect, like the front desk, the security personnel, you need to handle them very well, because they are the face of an organization. Yes, you can have a gold-plated office for your director, gold-plated office for your HR. You can have a very nice environment, but the moment the person coming to transact the business with you, when the person meets the front desk or security personnel, and then maybe the security personnel emotionally is not all that okay, and then he or she misbehave toward the customer may turn back. You've not even entered the company to come and see your nice flowers and your gold-plated offices. No. So we need to make sure that we train our frontliners, so that anytime the people can be able to receive them well, so the people will enjoy the service and continue throughout the chain of the service that we deliver. So we need to ensure that we provide proper training to our staffs, not only the top management that we need training. Those on the subordinates down there, they also need training. They also need training to be able to make sure the chain of the organization ends very well. Then we should also offer a quality control service. We have to ensure quality in service delivery. We have to make sure that we offer a very nice quality service that will make sure we make tangible, intangible, tangible to our customers. So always they remember and they wish to come back and have the training, or come enjoy our service. And then we have focus strategy. There's another point we call focus strategy. In service a particular target market very, very well by addressing customer specific needs. So let's say in an institution whereby you realize that you have so many demands for your product or service. Let's say educational institution. Now we have workers that cannot even attend regular class. So what do? You need to have a focused service for such people. That is why it goes most of the institutions. They have regular classes, they have evening classes, and then they have the weekend classes. It's a focused strategy that these institutions are using so that they are able to satisfy the needs of individual customers. That is what we term as focused strategy. So that always you're able to serve all the markets. Able to serve all the market. Like I was talking about the service delivery by these restaurants and so on and so forth previously. Yeah, no, it's recently that people started having these core services done in these institutions. It was like you have to send somebody to go and buy the food for you, or you need to move from your office and go for food and go for your lunch. But nowadays it has changed. Things are changing. The service industry is moving, and innovative way of doing things are coming. And for that matter, we have to make sure that we are able to compete in the market. So this is the characteristics of organization that is ensuring focus strategy. Yeah, they meet specific customer needs by lowering costs, ensure differentiating your service offering. Yes, so you need to meet the needs of your various customers and making sure you give them a low cost service delivery, and that is such characteristics that we are expecting from these companies. Then focus strategy, as we said, has two variants. Like we have in-cost focus, yes, which means that a firm seek a cost advantage in a target segment, while in differentiation focus, a firm seek differentiation in a target segment. So this is what I was talking about previously. So it depends on how the organization want to embark on it. Focus differentiation strategy, focus strategy. We have cost focus, and we have differentiation focus. So we have already explained what you talk about cost focus. So like you want to make sure that you always use price. You see, use price to make sure you are able to win your customers, and then you serve your customers. And sometimes we have differentiation focus too is there, whereby we use service differentiation strategies to able to serve our customers. So that is the ported general strategy in service. Yes, so you can see we have low cost, and then we have unique product uniqueness is another. So it depends on how the organization want to use the scope that you want to go. If you want to deal with a low cost strategy, yes, so we have a broad industrial wide using the industry. We have the cost leadership strategy, we have already explained that. And then we have differentiation strategy. Yeah, differentiation strategy, we are talking about uniqueness in service delivery. Yeah, in the cost strategy, we are dealing with the pricing, how we are going to use price to make sure we are able to satisfy our customers. Then the market segmentation, yes, we have focus strategy in the market. You can also have that in your operations and service organization. How are we going to remain focused with the use of what? Cost and the price. How are we going to segment our market? I've given a lot of examples, and they have focus strategy differentiation, where we are going to focus our service. How are we going to use differentiation strategy to able to service our customers. So that is all that we see there in the chart. And then some organizations are stuck in the middle. They are not either giving focus strategy or cost strategy. And such organizations, their strategy is not clear. It's not clear. Yes, so customers find it difficult to choose. You don't know their strategic positions in the industry. So you may stuck in the process and you will not have any competitive advantage. And at the end of the day, it will reduce its margins and company may become below average performer. If you are stuck in the middle, you don't know whether you are going left or you are going right. Somebody will say, is that okay? You don't know where you are going. But as an organization, you need to know where you are going. You need to segment the market and know which area you are moving. You should also have a clear strategy that you are going to use to target the market. So either you do focus, cost focus, or differentiation focus. It depends on where you want to be. So we need to make sure as a organization, we need, wherever we find ourselves, we need to make sure that the organization that we are working in, they are focused in whatever they want to, whatever service they want to give to our customers. Thank you very much for this one. We will move on to strategic analysis in our next lecture. So see you.